Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela. On behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine, I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. If you would, please take this opportunity to share this broadcast in your circle of influence. I guarantee you, you will be inspired, you'll be educated, empowered, and encouraged on tonight. I am Angela Thomas Smith, the founder of AALAC, the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine. My whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that affect our brown community that people do not want to talk about. So, tonight we have an amazing individual. Her name is Miss Melanie Johnson. She's a poet amongst so many other things. She's an entrepreneur. Gonna give her an opportunity to share a little bit about her brand, get an opportunity to get up close and personal with her. So I encourage you guys to please share this across your circle of influence while I bring her up. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you?
I'm well. Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I will not complain.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I want you to tell those that are tuned in and those that will tune in later just a little bit about who Miss Melanie Johnson is.
Well, it's funny you asked because I was asked that very same question about a year ago, and I had to face my answer. What would my answer be? But I identify myself as an educational influencer. I'm a school teacher in a public school by trade, but I feel like my duty in this arena that I live in is to educate people on many different levels. I am a domestic violence survivor, and one of the major things that I focus on in my day-to-day activities is to make sure that people know that we cannot continue to be silent about those issues that are important. I try to educate others to activate themselves to do something. Don't just talk about it. Do something. Listen. Find resources. Help someone. Be a listening ear, and not just a critical person that's going to sit back and criticize, because that's not what we need. I'm a poet. I just recently started writing poetry. I wrote my first book. I began on it a little more than a year ago, and it was published in May of this year, and it's entitled Womanly Wisdom: What They Couldn't Tell Me. And that book helped me to understand what my purpose is here in this world. What am I here to do? What is my mission in life? And from that, I actually wrote my second piece, which is a reflections journal, and it includes more of my poetry. It's entitled Broken Mirrors Still Reflect, and it includes poetry for reflections, and it has pages where the reader can reflect. And I believe that reflection is not just something you see or you come across one time. So it's several pages. So if you have to go back and redo your reflection or reflect again or revise, it's plenty of space for you to do that. So that's just a little bit about me. Oh, entrepreneurship. I do sell paparazzi jewelry because I love to make people feel good and look good. So that's a little bit about me.
Wow. Wow. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you touched on some major things. Like you really touched on some things. Like my whole platform, my whole thing. All I want people to know is they have purpose. Like
Yes.
that's all I want them to know. Jeremiah 29:11. He said he had a plan for us to prosper us, for us to be good health, for us to have hope in the future. So I'm like, you have purpose. You didn't just get dropped out of the sky. And then when you said educate, I when I was working with some kids some years ago, I did a summer program and after school program. Just love kids, were just pouring into them. And it's like God dropped in my spirit. He was like, educate these baby. He said, but don't just educate them. He said, once you educate them, empower them with what you've educated them with. He said, and like during the summertime, these babies was teaching us. They was like, okay, we don't went to school all school year. We don't want to just be here and y'all just teaching us, teaching us, teaching us. We want to apply this. So like they was telling us what they wanted to do. So everything they told us they wanted to do, we did it.
That's it.
They said they wanted whatever they wanted, actors, authors, chefs, doctors, um, people in law enforcement, whatever they wanted to be, that's what we brought. And we have pictures and so many people. There was a lady that came. I was in South Carolina, Anderson, South Carolina. There was a
Hmm.
lady that come from Atlanta, Georgia. She had just had her son. I think he's a son. I think it was a baby boy.
Hmm.
But she had her baby on her stomach while she was teaching them babies how to do vision boards. She was
Wow.
walking around teaching them babies how to do vision boards. And while she was showing them vision boards that she had done, I'm looking on her vision board and she just moved into her house, right? And I'm telling her, I said, look at the picture that you have on here for your house. I said, the picture that you posted on Facebook when you said that you just closed on your house. I said, look at the resemblance to that picture that
Mm.
you posted on Facebook and that picture that's on your. And she said she never paid any attention to it. I say we
Wow.
don't realize the power that we have and the power that we have to manifest things if we just step out on faith. I want to thank you because as an educator, you have so many babies and so many lives that you can impact.
Yes.
And by you writing those books and putting those books out there, you're letting them babies know that they can. Yes,
Yes.
you can.
Yes.
Yes, you can. And
Yes.
I applaud you because you didn't just stop at one.
Yeah.
Because some people they'll get one out and then they'll just stop. They'll say, "Well, I did it," and then they think it's just gonna do it itself, but don't
Yeah.
realize that they have to get out here. I applaud you for getting on the show and sharing a little bit about yourself. I'm gonna be quiet because everybody know I will talk a mile a minute. I want to know about Miss Melanie. Miss Melanie, when you go to what level of teaching or impacting are you at right now in education?
I actually teach eighth grade math, and my kids they find it funny. I've taught math for the past probably 20 years. I took a 4 year span and I worked in the business office for a while, but I came back to the classroom because I missed the education part. And my kids last year, when they found out that I was an author and I had wrote a book and I was actually on Amazon, they thought it was kind of cool for their math teacher to have written a book. That's like, don't you think you need to teach English? I said, I teach everything. I'm not just a math teacher, I'm an educational influencer. So if you have a question about some social studies, hey, we're going to get in there and find it. If you got a question about some science, if you want to know about some astronauts, you want to know about some, we're going to find, I'm going to influence you to be able to go and find out those things that you need to find out to be the person that you need to be. So I'd like to say I'm an eighth grade math teacher, but I just do it. I do whatever I need to do.
That's it. That's it. Because that's what we need. That's that village mentality. Because if you have somebody in the sixth grade or seventh grade that need to come to you, then your door is open, and having that open door policy and being able to relate. See, so many older people and people our age, it's like we don't want to relate to the younger kids. We want to think that we know everything, and we still learning too. We can learn a lot from them. Even though we're
Yes,
teaching them, we can still learn a lot from them because we got to realize that these babies are going to be the ones that are taking care of us. So we got to make sure that we're putting something in them and we're instilling them with something that they're gonna want to take care of us, and they not push us off and put us in a home or push us off from the side of the bridge or whatever. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying? But want to
exactly.
be there for us. So I applaud you once again. Um,
Thank you. I and it's funny you brought that up because I actually have one of my students that I taught back in 2006, and she was a seventh grader, and she would just start calling me ma, 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 and I was like, ooh, if her mama hear her call me that, she gonna get upset. And I talked to the mom, and the mom was like, oh no, we'll share her. And to this day, she's in the Navy. To this day, when she comes home, she'll find me. She'll come to my school. Sometimes she'll bring her son to see me, and I'm still her mom. And it's not because of anything uh, um, I've done other than just show her what it is, what she needed to do to be her, to live out her full potential. So, as educators, if we can stop thinking that the education is in the textbook and start thinking of the world as our textbook, then we can make the kind of influences we need to make.
experience. I
Yeah.
keep telling people experience. You know, we can. we can try to live the word, and we can try to live by what somebody else has done, and we can try to do all that, but still we can try to do everything that they do, but we still gonna have some hiccups and some bumps, and we still gonna experience some things that they did not experience because we are not them. Our journey is not their journey. Everybody have their own journey, so we have to have our own blueprint so that those behind us
Hmm.
can say, okay, well, they did it this way, they did it this way, they did it this way. They can look at everybody how everybody did it and figure out how they want to do it. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And that's how it has
Exactly.
to be. And we have to get from this putting people in a box and
Hmm.
allowing people to be who they are and stop making people feel like this is how you have to be.
You said something just then, and it reminded me of something that I wrote in my book, and I just want to share a little bit. Um, and this is in my book, Womanly Wisdom, and it says, "Nevertheless, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Melanie. That's it. I'm her, that girl, the one that so many think they know. I'm a former pastor's wife. That's what they thought they knew, just the first lady. That's what they expected to see, a woman so full of the spirit that every other word was a scriptural reference. I'm a school teacher, and all of the family members that I taught thought that I was the woman who could find a solution to just about anything. That was their me. But I'm so many other things to so many countless people. They formulate in their mind just who I am, just as they tend to do with everything and everyone else. But what they end up with is who I am to them, who they think or believe I should be. Do they really know me? Do they care enough to learn my fears, my concerns, my tastes, my feelings, my desires? Do they really know me? And that's what we end up doing. We formulate in our minds what somebody should be, and we give them that assignment, and that's them. And that's not what I do in my classroom. I don't tell my students, okay, you need to be a doctor because you're good at this, or you need to be a lawyer because you're good at arguing. No, I let them explore. And one of the things I make sure that I do is I show them that I can make mistakes, because they're used to adults getting on them every time they do something wrong or get something wrong. And it gives them less of a sense of confidence in themselves. So I teach them every day, be confident, be confident, be confident. So I'll let them see me make a mistake. And then they'll say, Miss Johnson, you made a mistake. Where? Show it to me. When they show it to me, I'm like, oh, you smarter than me. You caught it and I didn't catch it. And it gives them the confidence to know that, hey, even a 40-year-old woman that's up here teaching me can make a mistake. I can too.
That's it. That's it. That is it. And once we put that confidence in them babies, they'll realize that it's okay if I
Hmm.
fall. I can pick
Hmm.
myself up, dust myself off, and go.
Hmm.
That's why so many adults now, we get stuck because people don't told us, if you don't do this, you don't do this, then you can't amount to this. So when they fall, they feel like they less than, so they don't try to pick themselves up. They just get buried
Mm.
and buried and buried and buried and buried. But when you realize, if you bury yourself in the word or bury yourself around positive people, every time you fail, you'll pick yourself up, because you got to understand that it's part of the process, it's part of his will for you. And his
Yes.
will that's on the inside of you that will never stop burning will not let you stay down, because you are
Yeah.
called, your purpose for this.
Yes.
Your purpose
Yes.
for this. So every time you think that things are not going right, you got to realize that, okay, well, maybe this is not it. Maybe there's something bigger, because if it's not working out, then maybe he don't want you there. Maybe he wants you to move on to something bigger. And we still sit there and we wait and we settle when he has something else in the works for you. I'm telling you, I've been there, done that. I want
Yes.
t-shirts, the hats, the sweatshirts, all that. It's
Yeah. You
time out
said a
for that.
whole word with that. You said a whole word with that. And that's something that a lot of people need to know. When you keep trying to force something to happen and force something to be, and it just doesn't work out, there may be God telling you this is not where you need to be. Stop trying to make it happen and let it happen.
That's it.
So listen to what God has for you. He's not going to make it easy. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be accomplishable. So we got to listen for that word. And something you said earlier about getting the word in you, you have to get the word in you so people can see it. People can hear you talk a lot and say scriptures, but they need to see you living them. They need to see the scriptures come alive, and that's when you can get people to come in and believe in you and trust in you. But if you saying one thing and you doing something else, that's hypocritical, and that you're gonna push them away. So we got to learn to, like you said, get the word in us and display the word, and not just say the word.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you just go over there and just open it up and it will
Hmm.
begin to speak to you. Nothing
Hmm.
nobody told me, something that I experienced myself, because I'm telling you, there's been times when I was just like, okay, I don't know what. Whew. And then
Yeah.
I'll just open it up and then I'll start reading and I'm like, what is, and then it'll send me over to another scripture. Then I go to another, and then it's like I'll be going back and forth. But when I get up, I'll be on cried, I'll be on boohooed, I'll be on whatever I needed to do right then. I could get happy or whatever. But
Hmm.
whatever I needed for that moment, he satisfied right then through that word.
Hmm.
And it's like the words just jump off the pages.
Hmm.
It's not like just words. That's why I tell people you got to go in the scripture and you got to be able to apply your name. Where it say Paul and Mary and Esther and Sarah, you got to be able to put your name in there and
That's
see
right.
your in that place.
That's right.
Because let me tell you something. That we just released this book right here. It's 121 days of prayer. Look to the hills from which my help cometh. Psalms 121. So people literally they would take that scripture and they be looking, just waiting for something to just come out. Ain't nothing coming. Jesus had his turn. He
Hmm.
came.
Hmm.
He did all that he did so that we could be here doing this.
Yes.
Because the word that I read say we should do greater works.
Hmm.
And in order for us to do greater works, we got to line up.
Yeah,
We
we
got
do.
to allow him that's on the inside of us. I'm telling you, I keep going back to Genesis 2 and 7. People gonna get tired of me after a while, but I keep going back to Genesis
No,
2 and
keep
7.
keep doing it, sis.
He say he breathed the breath of life into us.
Hmm.
A part of him. That means a
Hmm.
part of him is in us.
Every
So
day.
how can you not try to tap into that that's in the inside of you if you're lost?
Hmm.
If you can't find your way, if you're in the dark, if you just surrender, if you just allow him. He never went nowhere. You ran from
Mm-mm.
him. You hid from him.
Mm-mm.
You hide from him. All you got to do is say, please come on in. Just come on in. Draw
Hmm.
unto him. Draw nigh.
Hmm.
And he'll draw.
Yes.
He trying to draw
Yes.
you. But you won't even pick up your stick.
Mm. You said a whole word. And that's what we have to do. We sit back and we, like you said, we wait for a sign, or we wait for God to do something. God works through us. He's not down here physically walking around, but we are his foot soldiers, and he's working through us to get his works done. So we got to be obedient into the word and do what he has for us to do.
Wow.
Awesome.
So how can people follow you, support your poetry? Also I want you to share if you have any new projects coming up, anything coming out, how we can support what you're doing.
Okay, currently I'm on Facebook under my name, Melanie Johnson. I'm on IG, Instagram at MJEMJAE 2017. I am starting to, I'm also on LinkedIn as Melanie Johnson. I'm starting to use TikTok to get my word across. And I'm in the process of developing a web page and a YouTube channel, because the vision that I have for myself is to be able to increase the knowledge of the people that need to hear the things that I have to say, and to make it available on many different platforms. So if you're not on Facebook, you can get it on YouTube, you can get it somewhere, and to invite others in to come and share, because I don't have all the answers, but the stuff that I have gone through, I'm an expert on it. And I had to realize that, because I can remember when my editor, when I was talking to my editor about my book, and it started out as just me journaling, writing some stuff that I needed to get out, because I was a messed up soul. I had just went through a divorce, and I was married for 23 years. And I was a messed up soul. And I started journaling, and I had to think about it because they said, "Why don't you have you thought about writing a book?" And the first thing I said, and I remember it, I remember that day. The first thing I said, nobody's gonna want to hear what I gotta say. Nobody's gonna want to hear what I gotta say. And then I had to realize he had to tell me, okay, how do you know that until you say it? How do you know if people gonna want to hear what you gotta say until you put it out there? And then it was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write this book. I'm gonna write my experiences because nobody would tell me what it is that I needed to hear because everybody kept silence. Domestic violence is not something that people broadcast. You don't see people walk around with a pen on it. I am going through domestic violence. It's taboo. It's hush hush. And we as the victims seem to think that it's a bad reflection upon us. So we stay quiet. And especially if the person that we're with is a high profile person, then we really shy away. But it was some things that people probably could have told me that could have helped me, but nobody talks about it. And I couldn't be that same person. Growing up, I had an aunt who lost her life because of domestic abuse. I have a cousin who we still have not gotten the answers as to why she's no longer living, but it is proposed that it is a domestic abuse situation. So I'm like, okay, God, you got me out of this situation and I'm still alive. So what is it that you want me to do? Because you got me here for a purpose. And that's when I realized that this was my purpose. I can't be silent anymore. That's why my t-shirt says, stop the silence and end the violence. We got to stop being silent about it. We got to inform. We have to educate. We have to support. We got to do something because if we keep being silent, there's going to be more and more victims. I'm trying to change that balance. I want to decrease the number of victims and I want to increase the number of survivors. I want to decrease domestic violence altogether and get to a point where we all can just communicate.
And
If we can just communicate.
I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the many platforms that are in our circle that
Hmm.
support domestic violence, the end of domestic violence.
Yes.
And I tell you, I'm just sitting here because when we finish this interview, I'm going to be going over to Clubhouse and I'm going to be interviewing a young lady that everybody marked her and they said they called her the Mother Day Killer
Mm-hmm.
because she did stab her fiance 7 times and
Mm-hmm.
he did pass away,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know the backdrop behind
Mm-hmm.
the story. She was acquitted of all charges
Mm-hmm.
4 days in. On the
Mm-hmm.
fourth day when she went to trial, she was acquitted.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time she's sharing her story.
Wow.
We're going to be sharing it tonight on Clubhouse when we get off here. I just and let me tell you how good God is because I don't know this young lady from Adam,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that domestic violence 24-hour marathon that we did,
Mm-hmm.
she saw it and she started reaching out to me, and I got in contact with her, and she came. She called me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I just talked to her
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday. And
Wow.
when Facebook was down, I
Mm-hmm.
mysteriously got a Clubhouse invite. I didn't even know Clubhouse was open to Android shit. I didn't know that
Wow.
because the last time I tried to get on
It was for iPhone
Clubhouse,
users.
it was just for iPhones. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
because I went into it like that. But when I
Mm-hmm.
went over yesterday, it was a group of so many people, and it was Tyrese Gibson and so
Mm-hmm.
many other people, and I was scrolling through and I was like, oh my god, I don't even know all these people, but I was just sitting there listening to them, and the things that they were saying was just like empowering all by itself.
Right.
But they were saying some powerful stuff, and then you had insiders that was there from Facebook and all kind of stuff, and they was talking about why Facebook was down, WhatsApp and Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and what may happen and all kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and what we need to be looking for, listening for, and looking out for, because people don't realize that sooner or later, before winter hit, it's gonna be a shortage of food because people don't realize how many ships are really sitting out in the ocean, don't want to
Yes.
pay that fee to come in because they don't jumped up the fees where it used to be 1,500. They now charging 13, 13. Well, she say 30, 30, 3
Wow.
3,000, and then up to 30,000. They charging some money. They say people quitting their jobs, and I'm talking about 6-figure jobs, and moving to places where they can be their own contractors like Amazon, and moving product like Amazon, because in California they say people can't get stuff out because um they don't have nobody that want to move product,
Mm-hmm.
and they having a hard time moving product, and it's going to be a shortage of a lot of stuff, and we
Wow.
around here worried about a lot of different stuff,
Yeah.
but it's just been a lot going on. But I got induced into that group, and I started the clubhouse, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go back because so many people started following me just that quick, and I'm like, oh, I like this. So I'm thinking this is gonna be interesting. I'm like Frederick. This is
Okay.
a 24/7, 365 um problem, because it
Yes.
happens every time I turn on. I get notifications on my phone, and because I was in Atlanta for about 3 or 4 months, not here too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting a lot of notifications from Atlanta because they bing it in on the towers or whatever. You know how you travel and you got
Mm-hmm.
these smartphones. Well,
Yes.
ladies losing their lives. One lady car, they found the burning car on the side of the road, found the lady unconscious in the car.
Mm.
In Ohio, same thing, man set his whole family on fire, stuff like that. I mean, we cannot sit silent. So I
Yeah.
thank you. I truly applaud you for speaking out and speaking up.
Yes.
You are one of the cast members, and I want to thank Sheena for jumping on, because
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
she reminded me of this. She didn't say anything, but her jumping on reminded me of us being in this amazing project,
Monologue.
amazing
Yes.
monologue, the
Yes.
mask behind the mask. I want you to share a little bit about that before we jump off, because
That
it
project
is
is
amazing.
absolutely amazing, and I get to work. I have the opportunity to work with some amazing women, 8 amazing women, that get um, to visually display the ideas that Sheena had in her book, The Mask Behind the Mask, and to see each one of our characters transition from one state of mind to a different state of mind, from a state of mind of negativity, sorrow, and despair into one of hopefulness and love and joy. It is absolutely amazing, and it's the most significant part of this monologue is the fact that when we were cast, they knew nothing about us, but each one of the characters that we play actually embody a part of each one of us as the people, as humans. The things that I am, my character is Miss Wisdom. She's a silent lady that has to come into the knowledge of understanding who she is and what her purpose is, and that's exactly what I had to do just a year ago. And to be able to embody that and to bring that awareness to somebody else, it is phenomenal. And if you haven't gotten tickets for it, y'all need to get on in there, because I mean, when Angela gets on there and speaks, man, I had to. I'm glad my camera's off because I had to make sure I teared up. It is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you haven't purchased your ticket, you need to get your ticket. I'm excited. I'm excited. Just like she said, each one of these these skits are exactly us.
Hmm.
Because I definitely was in a dark place, and I'm so glad that I was able to really truly understand that he loves me, and
Yes.
that I could come into the light. So
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Definitely excited.
I am too.
Anything that you want to share? Anything? This is about you. Anything before we leave? Definitely want people to be able to connect. I know you said you did paparazzi. Did you give out your website? How they can follow you with that?
Oh, I set my paparazzi off my Facebook page. You can look at Sister Styles VIP Experience. That's my paparazzi channel on Facebook. You can contact me on Facebook, inbox me, message me. I'm always doing something. If you want copies of my books, they're available on Amazon. You can look it up by my name, Melanie Johnson. The name of the book is Womanly Wisdom. The name of the journal is Broken Mirrors Still Reflect. And just look for me. I'm gonna be in some different places at different times. I know the Lord got some stuff for me, so I don't even know where all I'm gonna be. I don't know my limitations just yet, but just look for me. You're gonna hear my name again because I'm tired of being silent and I'm starting to speak up. So just look for me, Melanie Johnson.
That's it. It is time for us to walk in our purpose. He didn't just drop us out of the sky.
Mm-mm.
He all that we've been through has prepared us and positioned us to be postured for just this.
Yes,
So they definitely we're gonna hear from you because
yes,
it is definitely your season. So
yes,
definitely
yes,
walk in
God.
it. So I thank you. I thank you for coming on and sharing and being transparent and
Yes,
just being who he's called you to be in this
yes,
season. Um,
yes.
I just want you to stay encouraged and just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing amazing and you're definitely impacting lives. So thank you, woman of
Thank you.
God. Thank you, my queen sister. I love you.
Thank
And
you.
there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Nothing.
So
Love you too.
thank you. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight for another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela. You have heard from Miss Melanie Johnson. You can follow her on Facebook and Instagram. Definitely go over and check her out for her paparazzi jewelry. You also can go over to Amazon, look her up by her name, Melanie Johnson, and check out her books. She's an amazing poet. And if you have not purchased your ticket, please go over, purchase your ticket. Better yet, I want you to join our group. We have a group. It's called The Mask Behind the Mask, a virtual monologue group. You can go over, get to know Sheena Wardine, the visionary. You can also get to know the creative director, and you can get to know all of us, and you can get your tickets. So, hey, check us out. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Be blessed. See you guys tomorrow.